Good morning, everybody. It is sunny for the second day in a row after an entire week of snow. I love the snow. I have loved watching it come down each day while I've been working, but it's just really nice to see the sun after so long. It has been 2 weeks now since I received my new Dulcimer, so I thought I would give you an update on what it's been like going from a small 13-12 size Dulcimer to a much larger 17-17 Dulcimer. First off, I just want to say I am in love. I love this instrument. It is beautiful. I constantly find myself when I'm walking by it just stopping to admire it. It's gorgeous, the wood is gorgeous, the sound holes are gorgeous, everything about it is gorgeous, including the sound. First off, it's probably about twice as loud as my first Dulcimer between the size of the instrument and just the amount that the wood resonates. But the quality of the sound itself is also amazing as well. I am playing songs on this new instrument that I've been playing on my old instrument for years now, and they sound like completely different pieces. It's amazing. Playing this new Dulcimer is a treat. I love it. Now, let's get into what it's actually like to be playing this larger instrument after being so used to playing a much smaller instrument. I was anticipating that there would be some differences and some challenges going from one sized instrument to the next. And I was right. I don't read sheet music while I play my Dulcimer. Instead, I memorize all of the pieces that I play, and I depend a lot on visual cues and muscle memory to help me play my songs. Because of that, I knew that there would be some differences and maybe even some challenges moving from the small instrument to the larger instrument because that muscle memory and those visual cues, they would have to be adjusted for a larger sized instrument. And because of that, I knew that it would take me some time to get used to my new Dulcimer and play the songs that I know how to play on my first instrument at the same level on my new instrument. But even though I was anticipating those challenges and those differences, I think they still hit me a little bit more than I was expecting. A good example of this is probably in the first day or two that I had my Dulcimer, I would be playing songs that I have perfected on my first instrument, songs that I've been playing maybe even since I first started playing the Dulcimer. And I would hit parts of these songs and I would just stop, because I honestly couldn't remember what came next. I was way more dependent on the visual cues and the muscle memory than I thought I was. And without the visual cues that would be on my smaller instrument, for example, I know that this note is my last note, so I need to hit that note that's just above it. Or the muscle memory of knowing I have to lean a little bit forward in order to get to another note that I need. So there would be times, even in the songs that I knew the best, where I had to pause, I had to stop, and I really had to think hard about which note that I had to play. After I took that pause, after I thought about it, I could always continue, but I was not expecting that I would really have to kind of dig into my mind to remember what came next on even the songs that I knew the best. Luckily, now that I've had the instrument for 2 weeks, I am not hitting any of those moments where I have to pause and think about songs anymore. I haven't needed to go back to the old Dulcimer to remind myself of the way an area of a song goes. Really not since those first few days that I had the instrument, but I was not expecting those challenges, and it was kind of amusing realizing how much I was depending on those visual cues and muscle memory to get me through songs. Masterworks kindly tuned my Dulcimer before they sent it out to me. I got it on a Monday. It was still playably in tune after its trip through the mail, so I waited until that Saturday to tune it. The tuning went pretty well, at least I thought it went pretty well. While I was tuning it, everything sounded good. But then when I actually went to play the instrument, I realized that my bass bridge was in tune. The right-hand side of my treble bridge was in tune, but the left-hand side of my treble bridge wasn't quite tuned the same way as the rest of my instrument. So I had to go back and fix that tuning. Basically what happened is up until now I've been using a little Snark tuner, a clip-on tuner, and it's been perfect for my smaller instrument. But now with my larger instrument, it's just not cutting it anymore. I needed a larger tuner. So I finished the tuning, I fixed it up, it went fine. It was a little challenging, but it went fine. And then I immediately bought myself a new tuner. So now I have a nice new, much larger Korg tuner that does not need to be clipped on, and it is working much better. So going forward, tuning my new instrument should not be a problem at all. I feel like I could go on for a while gushing about how much I love my dulcimer, but this video is already running a little bit longer than I planned, so I think I'm just gonna finish it up with a few final words. I love my dulcimer. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it looks. And I love playing it so much. Challenges in getting used to the new instrument and all. I play it as often as I can. Again, thank you to my neighbors for listening to all that playing. And I'm just loving every moment of it. It's great. I feel like I have totally spoiled myself with this new dulcimer. I'm really excited to be sharing new music recordings with you using my new instrument. So keep an eye out for those in the coming weeks. I hope you liked the one that I shared last week. There's a lot more coming over the future. So I will see all of you next week with a new video featuring my new instrument, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye everybody.